This is getting fun for me. So last week I did a video on what I called the impending market crash. And I said there really wasn't one coming. However, I had another viewer leave a comment about, well, what about the mortgage forbearance? Those are coming due. You know what? That's a great topic, and that's what I'm talking about today. Hi, welcome back. My name's Joe Brown. I'm a realtor with Century 21, List with Beggins, located in South Tampa. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And as I say in all my videos, if you like this information, find it useful, please hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Give it a thumb up, leave a comment. Most importantly, share this with people you think need this information, okay? So, and as I said in the introduction, last week, I was just inspired to do a video on the housing market crash because we heard it's coming, right? And I just wanted to address some of the issues and why I believe there's not a market crash coming. And then we had another viewer, Our House. Thank you so much for leaving a comment. See, I do read the comments and I respond, right? And she said, well, what about all these mortgage forbearance? So I just want to spend a few moments talking about that and how I think that's going to affect the market. So number one, let's back up why we even have a mortgage forbearance. Some people don't know that mortgage forbearance has been in existence a long time. And some people took advantage of it if they hit financial hardship, but not everybody. It really came into prominence with COVID, right? The people were furloughed, people were laid off work, and people did not have the ability to pay. And so mortgages that were backed by federal government, FHA, VA, USDA, and then Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, offered the mortgage forbearance. Now, there's a difference between forbearance and deferral. So a mortgage deferral means I won't pay my mortgage for 3 months, 6 months. I think right now the forbearance is up to 18 months. But when it's due, it's a lump sum. A mortgage forbearance means payments are stopped for a length of time, right? So some people weren't able to pay their mortgage for 3 months or 6 months. Some needed the full 18 months. And that mortgage forbearance is supposed to end right now in September, possibly December, because they're talking about another 3-month leeway. So here's what happens. The mortgage company, mortgage lenders want their money. So they don't want you to foreclose. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which is out of Washington, has put forth guidance. And what they're asking lenders to do, number one, work out a payment plan. So ideally, right? So what some mortgage companies are doing is if you did not pay your mortgage for 1 year, we'll just add that to the back end. Now, some lenders don't like to do that because they want their money. They don't want to wait an extra year to get their money. Well, other lenders are saying, well, let's refinance your entire loan. And if you refinance, you could get a lower rate, right? But added into that rate are the payments you missed. So that's an option for some. Another option is if you took, let's say I'm using a year, however long the forbearance was, but let's say you took a year where you did not pay your mortgage, well, then you start picking up your mortgage 1 year later, but you still have a year you didn't pay. And some mortgage companies are making provisions just for that 1 year miss of making payments to catch up with the mortgage. Okay, so there are different options. Now, if you're able to pay, all at once, great for you. Most people can't. Or work out a payment plan just for the time you were in forbearance, or rework your entire mortgage. Now, I will say, unfortunately, there are some people who have not been able to get back to work and to get back to full pay. And yeah, they're going to have to face some very difficult financial decisions. And for some people, they may have to give up their home. And it is unfortunate. So that's why if you're able to refinance the mortgage, maybe get lower payments, that's great. So you can stay in your home. And that's really what the federal government wants. That's what credit bureaus want, is for you to stay in your home if possible. So now, whether that's going to precipitate a crash, I don't think so, because the market has risen so much. Housing markets, the home prices have risen. So people have more equity in their home right now. So if people want to go sell their home, they could probably sell their home at high market prices. And so they'll be able to pay off their mortgage and even what they had in forbearance, and still have money left over that if you're not able to buy another home, you have that money for rent. So just because of the market, the housing right now, prices are increasing, people have more equity in their home. And that's much different than short sales. Short sales are people who owe more on their house than their house is worth, and they need to sell it. And they're going to sell it for less than what they owe on it. That's a short sale. We're not talking about that. We're talking about people who have equity in their home. They just can't afford to make the payments anymore. So they may have to list their home for sale, but still be able to get some money back. Now, some people did ask whether if they took a forbearance, whether that would affect their credit rating. And typically the answer is no, right? Just because of the situation we were under. So just because you asked for a forbearance should not affect your credit rating. What would affect your credit rating is if you stop paying your mortgage when you're able to, stop paying other bills. That absolutely would affect your credit rating. And I did a video a month ago, several weeks ago, on what is a credit score and what affects your credit score. I'll have my editor put a link to that here. The key to this, if you went into forbearance and asked for forbearance, communicate with your mortgage processor, right? Communicate with that group to work out a plan. Don't ghost them, right? Don't stop paying. Talk to them, work out a payment plan, see what different options are available to you, because they do not want to go through the hassle of foreclosure. They want you to stay in their house, and they want their money. So they will work with you. So best advice I can give you, reach out to them. Now, if you're working and you're able to pay the mortgage, pay the mortgage. But then reach out to figure out a payment plan for the money in forbearance, right? So listen, I hope this information was useful. Again, if it was, give it a thumbs up. Let me know. If you have ideas for other videos, please leave comments below. That's how the last 2 videos were made. So I appreciate it. I love sharing this information with you. I want to be your trusted real estate advisor. And part of that is letting you know that I care about you. I care about the real estate market. I want to help you by providing you the best information I can. So thank you so much for being here. I love sharing this information with you because South Tampa, Florida living is awesome.